what's happening to the snow band. So if you're underneath this band of snow, you'll be getting 2 to 3 inch snowfall rates per hour, lightning, thunder snow as it were, and that is going to help to really increase some of the tallies. So this is what we're thinking in terms of numbers. There will be localized spots just south of Buffalo into the South Towns into ski country that pick up anywhere from 2 to 4 feet of snow. 2 to 4 feet. Now, this band is going to be sitting just south of Buffalo. So, again, the amounts are going to be wide ranging, even within the city limits. North side of Buffalo, maybe you pick up something along the lines of 12 inches. South side of Buffalo, you could pick up anywhere from 20 to 25 inches. Meantime, up towards the falls, of course, you're not going to be under that band very long. And so by the time all is said and done, which should be, I think by the time we get towards later Sunday, we will find much less in terms of accumulation. So here it is kind of wrapping up. And I'm just going to go ahead and click here. All right. As we look at the graphics here once again, just get myself situated here. We have snow arriving after 7 o'clock this evening. So best to complete some of your travel plans that you may have had today. Best to get them done now after you finish joining us here. Snow for the metro and south with, again, 1 to 3 inch per hour rates, thunder, lightning possible. And it looks like the metro will be impacted by this band of snow on Saturday, and also areas just north of Buffalo will have gusty winds as well. Complicating matters is a cold front, by the way. That cold front is going to be moving on through as we head into Sunday. These are some of the numbers that we've seen so far. Again, about 11 inches in Springville. And of course, we had more out towards Holland, and Little Valley had 9 inches. Eden checking in with 6.3 inches. All right, so here's your hourly forecast. And we're going to find that lake snow developing after 7 o'clock this evening. Note the temperatures taking a drop from the low and mid 30s to near freezing most of the night. And again, the snow is really going to pick up after 7, 8 o'clock. We'll get a pretty good burst in the metro Buffalo area after 9 or 10 o'clock tonight for a few hours. Right now, 35 degrees in Buffalo. The breeze out of the west at this point, checking in at 13 miles per hour. And again, the wind chill right now is at 26. Now, that might actually be balmy by the time we get to Sunday, because the passage of a cold front is going to trigger snow squalls for many. It won't be a restricted situation. We'll actually see several squalls early Sunday with the front, and then the wind picks up and temperatures tumble. We're back into the 20s, I think, most of Sunday afternoon. And right now, again, 35 in Buffalo, 37 in the Falls. Look at those lake water temperatures. Really remarkable. That's part of the key to this forecast and the intensity of the snowfall rates. Again, contributed by the warmth of Lake Erie. Think of Lake Erie as a big brewing cauldron for plumes of lake snow. In this case, a singular plume with the lake water temperature right now at 52 degrees. We're into the 20s in the western and central southern tier right now. Again, these are some of those tallies that I mentioned earlier on. This is already snow that is falling. That's live 7 Super Doppler. You can see right now, not too much is happening, but back to the west, over Lake Erie, we have the first wave of snow that is starting to develop a little bit more, and it will be into Buffalo by, again, about 8 o'clock. This is part of a little wave of low pressure that's associated with this lake effect setup. You can see the complicating factor of a cold front back to the west. And again, that front will ultimately be a trigger for maybe some widespread flurries and squalls early Sunday for a good chunk of Western New York. That even includes places like Rochester, which, by the way, if you really want to escape this lake effect snow and not go too far, you wouldn't have to go far. Rochester is not going to get very much from this at all, maybe a couple of inches. While some of us will be measuring the snow with a ruler, most of us, especially south of Buffalo and into the ski towns and ski country, will need a yardstick to measure the snow by the time all is said and done. So there's your hour-by-hour forecast, again, going through to about 11 o'clock tonight. The snow will be coming down in a big way. Buffalo, Hamburg, the south towns, not so much in the falls, but again, really the band is going to concentrate on Metro Buffalo between about 8, 9, 10, and 11 o'clock tonight. The band will start to settle off to the south into the wee hours of the morning for a little while, but not before depositing a solid 8 to 12 inches of snow, again, in the most protracted areas, in the areas that are underneath that band, I should say, for the longest period of time. That's who will pick up those amounts. Again, there will be locally higher tallies because of the convective nature of lake effect snow. There it is. It's snowing most of Friday from Buffalo south into the south towns, Collins, Evans, southern Wyoming County, I think, is really going to get hit hard. And I do think Orchard Park gets hit hard as well. It's going to be a tough cleanup process for them there early on Sunday. And again, the band will start to settle a little bit further to the south later Friday night. Then it starts to slip back to the north on Saturday and then drifts all the way back into the falls Saturday night and then drifts back south on Sunday morning. So in that oscillating band of lake snow, again, several more inches will fall. And again, we will be needing a yardstick to measure this in many areas just south of Buffalo, not too far away from the metro. And then everything starts to wind down as we get closer to later Sunday night and into Monday. So that is something to keep in mind. And we'll get a little bit of a break from some of this hefty winter weather. So lake snow for the metro tonight, again, 6 to 17 inches of accumulation, the range from north to south. That's just tonight. The low temperature near 30 degrees. Tomorrow, it's going to be rough and tumble out there with lake effect snow in the metro and in the suburbs as well, especially the southern suburbs of Buffalo. Another 6 to 18 inches of snow. So again, we're, like I said, needing a yardstick to measure this all and to keep tabs on it. Your top 10 tomorrow in the mid-30s with that gusty southwesterly breeze. And as we go into the next 7 days, there's your super 7-day forecast. Again, we've got this heavy lake effect. Again, a high impact, long duration lake effect event for Western New York that really gets its act together later tonight and continues most of Friday night, and into at least the first part of Saturday. 34 for a top 10 Friday, 31 for a top 10 Saturday. I think most spots never leave the 20s on Sunday, and it is going to be quite blustery as well. And then we work our way into Monday, and still a spot wintry mix, but again, looking better as the lake snow just diminishes altogether, and the final bands off of Lake Ontario start to wind down. Much nicer for the middle of the week leading up to Thanksgiving Day. And then there's the chance we could be looking at yet another storm system after Thanksgiving. So that's something that we're going to have to keep in mind. So we'd love to hear your thoughts if you have any comments or questions. Of course, we're going to be here with you for a while. Trish asks, thanks, Trish, how is Lockport going to fare? Probably a lot better than what Buffalo will fare. Lockport probably more in that 6 to 12 inch range. Again, you'll also probably pick up on a few squalls as well early on Sunday, separate from the lake effect as a cold front comes on through. So again, prolonged, high impact, long duration lake effect snow event that really starts to ramp up tonight. Cheryl asks, how much is the metro area going to have when all this is over? So many different total. It's so true. And you know what? It's even at this point very hard to peg this down, to pinpoint, because one part of the city could literally be picking up on 6 to 10 inches, and then another part is again needing a little bit more than a ruler to measure the snow. So right now we're going with the potential for 6 to 17 inches for tomorrow, and again a solid 8 tonight. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, but we are Western New Yorkers. We know how to handle winter. That is for sure. So I don't know if my colleague Autumn is going to be joining us or not, but that is what we have for you at this time. Of course, we are going to be providing you coverage every step of the way with this lake effect snow. Make sure that you have our app. Make sure that you touch base with us on all of our platforms, streaming online at WKBW.com. I will be with you. Autumn will be with you. Mary Beth will be with you. Aaron will be with you. And we will get through this together as we always do. And of course, I will be joining you as well with coverage over the weekend and put it all in perspective. So that's what we have right now. Again, Autumn is going to keep you updated this evening, as well as Mary Beth Roble. And again, I will be joining you tomorrow as well as over the weekend. That's the very latest, everybody. Stay warm, stay safe, and we'll see you next time.